Also, if I have time, I might do a little championship rundown. Unless I do 2 videos. I'll see what time I've got. Because the championship's looking great. With like 7 games to go, I think it is. Anyway, Premier League, let's have a little look at the table and where your team might be right now. So we have Man City top of the table with 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Wow. You know what it is? When my team, that's Man United, are doing bad, which is most seasons at the minute, I tend not to look at the table if we're not competing for at least top 6. I can't be arsed. So although I knew from what I watch and what I hear that it was a close title fight at the minute and stuff like that, and the winner of the game on the weekend would probably go on and win the league, I hadn't actually looked at the table in the last about 3 weeks. So here we have Man City on 74 points, 1 point ahead of Liverpool. Neither play in the league this weekend because they play each other in the FA Cup. Now I'm going to put it on here right now before I put it anywhere else. I honestly believe, as I said, I'm a Man United fan. I watched, who did I watch the other night in the Champions League? Real Chelsea. And I've seen a bit of the Bayern Munich Villarreal game, and I saw the highlights from last night from Atletico, City, Villa and Liverpool, Benfica. I really believe we need Liverpool, Man City in the final. I think we should just bypass the semi-finals. As a Man United fan, we need to see that as a Champions League final. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this rivalry they have, I watched the game on the weekend in the league, brilliant. I really do think we need this as a Champions League final. Liverpool, Man City would be amazing. Anyway, Man City top of the table, Liverpool in second, Chelsea third, 11 points behind Liverpool. Tottenham are 5 points behind Chelsea, but played a game more. Arsenal are 3 points ahead behind Tottenham in 5th place. West Ham in 6th on 51, Man United on 51 points. Oh my god. I mean, United will not get top 4 now. They're 6 points behind Tottenham and have played a game more than Arsenal, who are also 3 points ahead of United. And we've got to play Arsenal yet, haven't we? Wolves on 49, played 32 in 8th place. Leicester in 9th on 40. Palace, what a great season, in 10th. I say they had a great season. They only have 37 points, which is just over a point per game. But then you look at some of the results, have been brilliant. Brighton in 11th, Villa 12th, Brentford 13th, Southampton 14th, Newcastle 15th, Leeds 16th, Burnley 7th, Everton 17th. And then we have what will probably be the bottom 3 at the end of the season, that being Burnley, Watford and Norwich. And I think it's bye-bye time for Burnley because they beat Everton 3-2 at home and then went to bottom place Norwich and lost. What a disaster. If Burnley won that, they'd be on 27, 1 point behind Everton and 5 behind Leeds with 2 games in hand. Instead, they messed it up. So let's get on to the league, the games this weekend. There's not a lot. There's 4. Hell, there is 8 to be fair. There's 8 games this weekend. Wait there, let me just have a little look. Make sure I got that correct. 4 on bloody hell. We've got 4 on Saturday. And 2 on Sunday. Okay, alright then. So let's get into it. We've got 6 altogether. Tottenham take on Brighton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Saturday lunchtime, 12:30. Now Tottenham are absolutely battering everyone in the minute, which, considering they're my second team, I say that. I've never been to see a Tottenham game. I'm As I seen them against United a few years back. Can't remember. I've never been to a Tottenham game at their stadium. I just really enjoyed watching them over the years and have always looked out for their results, etc. So Tottenham take on Brighton. Tottenham in great form currently under Conte, beating Villa on the weekend, beating Newcastle the week before that. I mean, they scored 9 goals between the 2 games. Just in really good form at the minute. Taking on a Brighton side that beat Arsenal at the Emirates last week. It was 2-1 to Brighton. Overall, I think Tottenham have too much for Brighton. I am surely not the only person to think that this great turn in form for Tottenham coincides quite nicely with Conte stopping his moaning after every single match. I mean, it had to be a little bit like, for the fans and the players, like, what the hell is he doing? They put in a bad performance, fair enough, it's a bad performance. He'd come out after every game. Yes, I don't know if I'll be here next season. I might have to leave, or whatever he was saying. I was like, you can't say that. Like, you want to convince the club you want to be there, calm down. And since that stopped, an incline in form has happened at the same time, which has been great to see. So yeah, Tottenham to beat Brighton on the weekend, 2-0. Man United against Norwich City. Do I dare give a prediction? Bear in mind, Man United took on 4th from bottom Everton the other day and looked a shambles. Okay, I'll give a prediction. Norwich City to win 1-0. No, that isn't my prediction, but if that comes in and I've not banked it as a bet, I'll be seriously angry with myself. I would not be surprised in the slightest if that happened. They're coming off their win against Burnley last weekend, 2-0. United are coming off a loss away at Everton. United are shocking. I think so. Man United win the game, but I'm not confident in that result or that prediction. I also think both teams score, to be honest. I'll go 2-1 Man United. Southampton Arsenal. Last weekend, not on here, on my bets, I place a bet like each weekend, I backed Southampton to beat Chelsea, or the winner or draw, backed like a double chance. Holy hell, how wrong could I be? I mean, I don't really know what happened to Chelsea between the Real Madrid game, the first leg, and that game, but something, a switch got flipped. They also lost another game, didn't they? Who was that against? They lost to Real and they lost the game before that in the league. I can't remember who it was against now. I'm sure they did. But yeah, Chelsea battered Southampton last weekend, as we all know, 6-0. It could be said that maybe Southampton are, like, because they've got nothing to play for. There's no European places up for grabs for them. There's no relegation for them. Wow. Sorry. Man City have got to play Wolves away. And they've got like a fixture list up on Sky Sports, and they're saying that it could happen after the Champions League final. I think what they're going to do is just try and squeeze in the Wolves game somewhere. But they're literally playing. Let me read this out to you. So this is Man City's fixture list. Saturday, they got Liverpool. Then they got Brighton at home. Brighton on the 20th of April. Watford on the 23rd. Real Madrid on the 26th. Leeds on the 30th. Real Madrid on the 4th of May. Newcastle on the 11th. I think those is a bit blurry. Possibly an FA Cup final if they get to it on the 14th. Champions League final on the 28th, and a Wolves game to fit in there. And to be fair, Liverpool don't have it much easier, playing like every 3 or 4 days. I guess that's what happens when you're successful. I don't know, because my club hasn't been successful in a long time. But yeah, Southampton, Arsenal losing to Brighton, and also losing to Palace in their last 2 to give Spurs the upper hand in the race for top 4. I think Arsenal will go there confident because of what happened to Southampton last time. But I also think Ralph will put a rocket up the players' arses and they could turn Arsenal over here, or at least get a draw. I'll probably look at Arsenal win or draw in this game. The last game on Saturday, 3 o'clock, we have Watford Brentford. Another really good game that'll be. Watford against Brentford in the league. Brentford draw, aren't they? They beat Chelsea. Then didn't they lose on the weekend in their last game? Who did they lose to? Let me look. Let me just check if they did. I'm sure they did. Oh no, they beat West Ham. Wow, my bad. So they beat Chelsea and West Ham in the last 2 games. Now they're going to a Watford team who lost their last game 3-0 or 2-0 was it at home to Leeds. I think it's 3-0. Brentford will be full of confidence, why not? But I'll be going for a draw in this game. I think Roy Hodgson will just have his Watford team set up to keep a clean sheet and hope for the best. I think they'll get a draw at least out of that game. Sunday, 2:15, we have a Newcastle against Leicester City. Newcastle, Leicester. Newcastle to win this one. I know Leicester won last weekend, didn't they? In the league against Palace. But I can't see past the Newcastle win at home here. West Ham and Burnley is also at 2:15. Wolves were meant to play Man City, who was explained. That is off. So West Ham and Burnley at the same time. West Ham win. Burnley going down, guys. I hate to say. Like I said, I do have a soft spot for Burnley. I don't see any way in the slightest that they get a result away at West Ham. The only way they could, actually. My bad. West Ham are playing Lyon tonight in France. It's Thursday today, so Friday, Saturday. They only have 2 days rest, whereas Burnley last played on the weekend against Norwich. That could go in Burnley's favour, but I'm not being funny if you can't beat a Norwich side away. I know Burnley had the game on the Thursday, was it, against Everton? And then played on the Sunday against Norwich. But if you can't beat Norwich, at least give us a draw away from home. I'm not too confident that a week's rest is going to make all the difference against West Ham. I mean, I live to be proved wrong, so to speak. For Burnley's sake, I hope they can get the result. Because as a kid I used to go watch Burnley not that often. I probably went about 10 times and I went to Wembley to watch them play Stockport County in a playoff final, which they won. I think they did anyway, from what I remember. I was only a kid. But yeah, I hope Burnley can stay up. Let's have a little look at the FA Cup. So this weekend we have Liverpool, Man City on Saturday. Gutted about that. I knew it was happening, but I thought it was on Sunday. So I promised my missus a day together, so I'll leave watching football. We'll have a nice day together. And then I've just seen that it's this Saturday. And I'm like, oh no. Because I really want to watch that match. I'm not fussed about Chelsea, Palace, but anyway, Liverpool against Man City, FA Cup semi-final. again, I kind of wish this was the FA Cup final because one of the two were going to get to the final, probably win it. I would have liked to have seen them meet each other in the final. I just think everything should have a final with them two in with how good they both are against each other. And this is from a Man United fan. But yeah, I think Liverpool beat Man City. I don't know who played for Liverpool last night. I didn't watch the game against Benfica. I saw it was 3-3. Maybe they rested one or two players. Man City took a bit of a battering away at Atletico physically. I've seen some of the scenes this morning. Foden getting a cut to the head. Grealish having his hair pulled. It's quite funny, but shouldn't have happened either. De Bruyne is out injured. Went off injured last night. Kyle Walker went off injured. So, in that respect, I think Liverpool will be the fresher. They've not had to travel away last night. They may have rested a couple of players being 3-1 up or whatever it was from the first leg. Yeah, Liverpool to win the FA Cup semi-final. We've seen how they've got a couple of days rest, as have Liverpool. But see them to travel back from Spain, injuries, just, to have to take its toll on them. Plus Liverpool have more players to call upon up front. So Firmino got 2 goals for Liverpool last night. A player who isn't even a regular in their Premier League team comes into their Champions League team and gets 2 goals. You don't hear that in other teams. And they have Luis Diaz, and they have Salah, Mane, Origi, what's his name just mentioned, Firmino, Jota, Minamino. They're just ridiculously good in up front. I think not too much for a Man City defence, which is creaking at the minute with no Walker. I think Ruben Diaz is still out. I might be wrong on that. Yeah, so I remember when Fernandinho used to play defence for Man City last season before. Don't be surprised if that has to happen again this weekend. Last game of the weekend for this video we have the Chelsea Palace game. This is a Palace side full of confidence under Patrick Vieira. It's a Palace side with lots of young players. Ezerici, Eze, Michael Elise, the young lad they got from Chelsea, Gueye. I'd love to see Palace do Chelsea, but I just think Werner, what the hell's happened to him? He was an offside magnet last couple of seasons, or last season anyway, and now he's not getting caught offside, he's scoring goals. What's that all about? Fair play to him, because he had that many goals disallowed last season for offside. It was beginning to be a bit of a joke, but now he got he started finding the back of the net against Real Madrid, against Southampton, got a couple of goals. I think Chelsea will have too much. You won't see Lukaku actually get a run out, because in the paying X amount every week, you might actually